Hello everyone, welcome back to the Thrive Guide, where you get your short, sweet, and simple insights on how to thrive in the world. I am here with the amazing Alicia. Would you like to introduce yourself to the fans, to the crowd, to the thrivers out there?
Hi guys, I'm Alicia. I'm a singer-songwriter, producer, and a recent graduate of Florida A&M University with a bachelor's in music industry. Strike again.
Strike again.
Crazy.
Apart from the Rattlers, go Gators. Okay, so with everything going on today, guys, I just want to talk about the fact that me going to UF, as you all know, I love UF. I love my Gator pride, although I don't go to football games like that. You know, I'm all about go Gators. Yeah, it's too hot out there.
It's really hot.
It's
too hot.
It's too hot there, period. I just want to talk about, of course, everything going on in the world with the whole systemic racism going on. I just want to address a few things because, to be honest, at one point in my life, I felt like going to an HBCU, but I chose to go to UF, you know, because they're known as the top school in Florida, so what. But I just feel like it's, you know, my experience there was not what I thought it was. So let's talk about, like, why did you go to an HBCU?
FAMU was not in my top 5 choices to go into, but at the end of the day, you know, I really wanted to consider which school I would be more financially free, and so FAMU was that choice for me. And so going there, it was such a huge culture difference. When I went to FAMU, every day was a fashion show, to be honest. For the
Show up and show out.
all the way out. Every day was a fashion show. FAMU was not easy whatsoever, despite what people may want to think about the school. The workload is out of this world. I remember my freshman year, I would basically spend the night in the library. I was there till 8 o'clock one morning, and I really went at like 4 p.m. the day before. Like, that's how rigorous
All-nighters
it was.
at the library?
All the time.
No, I've had to do that, but I had to realize, you know what? I gotta think about my self-care. I had to sleep. That's another thing. A lot of people in college,
They don't sleep like
they
that.
don't sleep, they don't eat right.
Well, it depends on the choice, really, because, you know, FAMU was also like a party school. So a lot of the time, people, when they didn't sleep, it was because their priorities weren't exactly straight, you know. But I'm not saying I didn't party, because my freshman year, I was definitely out there. But, you know, it's just time management and discipline. And I just told myself, you know, if I'm going to go out, I better make sure I finish whatever assignment is due 2 days and the day after, so that way I'm not stressed out.
See, that is a big thing, especially those of you guys who are trying to, you know, think about what college to go to, whether it's an HBCU, PWI. Think about, of course, the atmosphere you'll be around and, like, the college life itself. Because, like she said, FAMU is party school, UF is white, okay? Like, to be honest, I even witnessed, you know, having to face one of my professors throw shade at me just because I was black, or mix my name up with another black girl. Meanwhile, it's only 2 black girls in a room.
Really?
In our community, the black community itself, we all need to be motivating each other and influence each other, inspiring each other to not only, you know, focus on self-care, but also, you know, hold each other to a high standard and congratulate each other at any moment in time.
So is that what motivated you to start your organization?
Yes. So I started the Black Public Relations Student Society because, you know, I felt like there was a huge gap. There was a huge gap at the University of Florida. There's literally, 7% of African American students there. And then you got, 6% of Hispanics. It was just, you know, everyone was kind of in their own bubble already. And we were already facing, like, microaggressions, backlash. I remember walking in the hallway and seeing signs that said, "White Lives Matter Too."
Oh, wow.
Who asked y'all? Nobody. So, sorry, no offense, but like, what's the point of that, right? Because white lives have always been seen as superior, especially at UF. So I started the Black Public Relations Student Society so people, you know, would have like a safe space to talk about PR, to talk about how we break all the microaggressions down, and, you know, to stay connected with professionals throughout the industry, because even public relations itself, we have what, less than 8% of Black people in the entire industry across the world. So it's time to make change. And you, I know you started an organization at FAMU, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
So it was a student and I, we started it together as co-founders, and I became the brand ambassador for it and he became the president for it. And with, of course, the help alongside of our dear friend, mentor, and director of the program. And we saw a lack in how our curriculum was set up, how our program was showcased around the campus, and we just, like you, like I saw a gap and I saw things that just didn't make sense, because the way our curriculum was set up, the first 3 years we took nothing but straight music classes, and it made no sense to me, because we took like 4 different levels of piano, 4 different levels of different theories, 4 different levels of this and 4 different levels of that. That doesn't make sense, because, you know, music industry, it's not just music. You have people who may want to be PRs in the industry, or who want to be entertainment lawyers and whatnot. And so from my standpoint, those business classes should have been implemented from day one. There was no balance. And so, you know, along with implementing the business classes from day one, we also saw that we weren't being showcased around campus the way we should as music industry. You know, we want to put on shows, we want to hold galas, we want to do this and do fundraisers and just put more of a face around FAMU, other than just being seen as these happy-go-lucky, lackadaisical people. Because normally when people think of music at FAMU, they automatically think of the Marching 100. But we're way more than that. And there are so many talented students, singers, songwriters, producers like myself who have a lot of promise, but because they don't get the proper exposure the way other majors would, especially with internships. Other programs have internships, but ours didn't. You know? So that was something that I also wanted to implement. I'm just excited to see where it goes now with the new students who have taken the reins.
That is amazing. That is super amazing. And what's the name?
Venomous Records.
Venomous Records. That sounds amazing, and I really hope that, you know, students who are even watching this, you guys gain that inspiration to even start your own organizations on campus. See what sort of gaps you can fill, whether it's because of racist acts or because you guys felt like you were not seen or heard enough. Put the best foot forward in your industry and in your classes, in your institutions, because we can make change. I feel like our generation is literally, Generation Z
is about
change makers. We are change makers.
And you know, with doing better, that also, I believe, takes into the account of your mental health and making sure that your mental is okay, especially with everything that's going on right now, because I don't know how it feels for anybody else, but you know, when I wake up and I check social media day to day, you know, one of the first posts I see is, you know, someone else has been lynched, or someone else has been shot, or someone else has been brutalized by police. And every day it's just another story, and you just never know who could be next, and that sticks to you, you know. And it makes you feel like, you know, that's someone's sister, or that's someone's brother, someone's husband, someone's child, someone's somebody, and it's just mind-boggling.
No, it's just very sad. There's just so much, like, it's issue on top of issue on top of issue, not just corporate world, but like people's personal lives. Like even the police officer, if I was a police officer, I don't know what I would do, because that's my income, right? Like some of them could afford to just quit because they don't, you know, they don't agree with what's going on, or they don't agree with the pressure that they have to place on citizens. But, you know, me, if I'm as a, you know, even like a troop, Trump sending all the troops out and all these different things, I would not be comfortable at all. Like, I feel like I would have a lot going on mentally. So honestly, I feel like for me now, of course, I'm not a police officer. Of course, we just graduated. It's lit. But this year, of course, is legendary. So I think it's important for us to, you know, not just focus on like making money, focus on all these different things, but definitely make time for ourselves each and every day to like work out or pray if you about that action, or you know, to actually get good sleep. And then eating right, of course, like if you're not just straight eating junk food and not working out, you're going to be feeling sluggish.
What
like,
got you to want to eat better? Because I know for some people it's like a journey and a choice. Because you know, not everybody wakes up and like, hey, I'm gonna eat healthy today. So like, what got you on doing that?
Eating healthy, honestly, it's been my dad and my brother, because they literally work out every single day. So I'm like surrounded by people who always work out. To me right now, like I'm able to, I would say, limit myself on how much I eat each day. So not eat like a huge plate, but you know, something small each day. So that's helped me. I can't just be eating to eat. Like I have to be cautious of what I eat, what I watch, cautious of, you know, the type of things that I do, the type of people that I hang out with too, the type of friends I'm surrounded by. Like,
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Like that's a big thing when it comes to mental health.
It's really important that you surround yourself with people who bring out nothing but the absolute best in you and who encourage you and are willing to be there through everything. Like, I really don't understand how people say, you know, they have friends for certain things. Like, for me, if I can't do it all with you, that doesn't make sense to me. And so, you know, like, have you ever faced anything recently where you had to, like, maybe reevaluate what was going on with you, friend circle-wise?
Yeah, so friend-wise, I feel like even me, especially in the past, I feel like I was more so a friend who kind of let things take place and not really speak up about it. Like I'm known to be, yes, I may be loud or I may know how to project my voice, but I'm known to peep something and just keep it moving, right? So I realized like I need to be better at just communication, period. Not just with my future husband, but friends, like any relationship I have, parents, whoever. If I feel like I have an issue, I need to speak up. So I finally, I think, was able recently to speak up to friends that I had about, you know, an issue that I felt like was dear hearted to me. Like if a friend feels like you are trustworthy enough to hold confident information, there's no reason for you to laugh at it or to make a joke about it, right? Like that right there is a serious cause. To me, it's like simple things that friends should already know.
Common sense, right?
You would think it's common sense, but it's not. And there comes a time where you don't want that to be your surrounding energy. You don't want to be kikiing with people who are talking about you or kikiing with people who are laughing about your situation, right? So I've had to realize like I can't just have any sort of friends around me because, you know, some may be using me. That's another thing. I've had to cut off friends who I felt like were using me for rides or using me for like, it's to me, it's simple things. And if I speak up about it, there has to be some sort of change. What do you think?
No.
When it comes to just friends or just relationships in general?
No, that is really important and can definitely take a huge toll on your mental. And I guess like a little background about me, I was at a point in high school where I would realize when people would, you know, take advantage of me, but I was never really verbal like that. I just let people walk on me sometimes. Like I just really didn't, like I cared, but not to the point where I was like, you know, I'm gonna stand up for myself in a way. Why? I don't know. But I'm at a place now where like you, I peep stuff, I take a mental note and I keep it moving. So my communication definitely needs to be better as well. But I've gotten to a point now where it just takes one time and that's it.
Yes, we're grown. We are adults now. Like
I don't have time for it. And like you, I felt I was kind of surrounding myself with people who were using me in a sense because I may not know everything about this industry, but one thing I think I can say about myself is, in a sense, I know how to get my foot in the door.
In the music industry.
Right.
Okay.
And with the connections I've made some really great connections. And at the time I was surrounded by people who I thought wanted the same thing I did. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, we're all go-getters, we're all gonna go get this, we're all gonna go get that. Because with me, I have no problem losing sleep any time of the day. Things just transpired where I just had to take a step back and say, okay, so 2 + 2 isn't equaling 4 anymore, so let me see what needs to be subtracted to make this equation make sense. So I ended up letting go of a lot of people, and so my friend circle is kind of a dot right now, but hey, I'm okay.
A dot? No, that's facts. Like, I was even thinking about my wedding off the record, thinking about who's gonna be in my wedding. I don't know.
Right, like these chairs are getting emptier and emptier.
For real, if you're not surrounding yourself with genuine people who want to see you win, or who want to keep you tapped into different things going on, trends going on, help you just in general with your career, with your lifestyle, with your mental health, there's no point. If you feel like there's just people that's just there
Just
to be there,
They're
like
just there.
stagnant.
Like I can be around people that are just there. We could go to the beach and see many of people that are just there. Like if it's
Period.
let's make sense.
Sometimes there's friends who get so influenced by those specific friends to the point where they end up going down a deep
different
slope.
path. Yeah.
Yes, when they could have been on top, right? Or they could have been growing. But instead you're following friends who just like to party and drink all day.
And again, nothing wrong with that because I think we can both say we've had our fair share of fun, you know, especially in college. But, you know, there's a time and place for everything.
There is.
Especially, you know, if you know what you want to do, there's something my father always says to me. He was like, everything is your fault. And then I was like, you know, what do you mean? And he would be like, you know what you want to do in life. You know what it takes to do it. You know the people who may or may not be able to help you do it. But at the end of the day, you have a choice for everything. And it's your life. No one else can live it for you. So if you want to get somewhere, make it happen. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? It's no one else's fault but yours. Everything
That
is
is
your fault.
facts.
And I'll be like,
He read me. No, that's facts. Like even my pastor said that, and I had to rewind the video. I was like, did he just say that? And this was Pastor Michael Todd, my YouTube channel. They know I love him. He straight up was like, everything's your fault. Yes, God loves us, but like faith without works is dead.
it's dead.
Dead. So I don't know. To me, that also empowered me too to see like, okay, everything is my fault. So certain people I can't just have around me. Like if I have friends that just want to do drugs and I don't want to do drugs, I don't want to do what they want to do, so I can't have them around me. Like, it's just as simple as that. That's how he made it seem. So that's big. That is huge. All right, guys, so I really hope you all gained some insightful information about self-care, mental health, right? Even choosing the right institution to go to or the right people to be around or growing in your industry. So we really hope this helped you during a time like this where most of us definitely need that extra boost.
I just want to say I've known Gurnees since middle school, and you know I think it's safe to say that even though we knew each other, you know, growing up, we've been closer now than then. And I see the stuff that she does, and this is a hardworking woman right here. And
Thank you. And likewise.
Thank you. And I've always told Gurnees she's been that one person. You know, I've never thought about, you know, where is she gonna end up because all she's going is up. So y'all support.
We
Gigi
all going
Brands.
up. Period.
Support Gigi Brands. Support my girl, and I just want to thank you for asking me to be a part of this.
Oh, thank
This
you.
was fun.
And support the singer. Okay, go follow her at
Alicia Official XO.
period on the gram. And then of course y'all know where y'all can find me at gurnees.g. It's gonna be right here. Go follow us, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for tuning in to the Thrive Guide.